Good good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay. This is in addition to this video because I'm going to take time, ladies and gentlemen, because I need time to heal and relax with myself. Kim, you have your privacy rights. I cannot invade your privacy rights. I can't talk about things without your attorney's permission or without your financial advisor's permission. Those are your constitutional rights. Besides the constitutional rights you have with the hospital, the New York State or the California State Bill of Rights, there are things that have to do with commerce law, which is your privacy rights. It has to do with that life and health insurance license. Has to do with your rights with health insurance and etc. I can't invade that. I can't tell anybody what to do, where to go or whatever. I can just give guidance or advice. But Kim, you had I'm going to explain this. You had a significant event happen to you and it affected you. And your sister Kendall, I don't want to explain things about the modeling business or anything to do with clothing or cosmetics because I'm not allowed to talk about that stuff anymore. I had to let that stuff go with the the LL Bean or Nike or Prada or Balenciaga or any of those places. I can't talk about that stuff. And you have to you got to respect Kendall's privacy. And she doesn't want people to know any of her business. And you're invading on that, and that's not right. You need timeout time. I'm sorry to say this to you. You need timeout. You need timeout. You're burnt out. You're burnt out. You're in that burnt out cycle. And you have serious matters that you need to speak to those people. And you have too much, like all these books. All these books. You have too much on your plate. You can't do it anymore. You're trying to I'm going to explain this because this is not just a problem. This is not just a problem, ladies and gentlemen, with priests or rabbis or anybody. When you have the sacred nature, the sacredness of consummation, meaning having a relationship, meaning between a man and a woman. Now, I understand there's different things, but I'm trying to explain this. When it comes to sex and things like that, you can't do things with scales. The woman is a 1, the woman is a 10, the woman's a 15. You can't do comparisons. She's got a body count. She's got a body count of like 3,000, or the guy's got a body count of 10,000. I'm making a joke out of it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm making a joke because it's all meaningless. Everybody's messed up. Nobody is perfect in life. Nobody's perfect. And even gorgeous women have insecurities in things. Even I had insecurities. I'm not good looking, ladies and gentlemen. Does it look? I could say I'm like that story, the ugly duckling, the ugly duckling, the ugly duckling book, when the childhood book with Disney and all that stuff, Walt Disney, or the Dr. Seuss, or those Dr. Seuss books. I'm not good looking, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ugly. I can admit that. And who cares? Who cares about image or whatever? Women don't really, women in general, they don't really care. They just want, they want to find their soulmate and find somebody that makes them happy. And that's it. You need to find peace. Men and women want to find peace in their life. They don't want to be always, on guard. They don't want to be always, always, as they say. They don't want to be, nobody wants to be treated like a clown. That's why I brought up that acronym, ladies and gentlemen, because comedians are not clowns. And that word entertainment that's not a correct term. That's incorrect term for grammar and things related to that nature with the study of language. It's not correct. It's like using the word but that Steve even Harvey would say, because it's contradictory to what you're saying. But you need time, Kim. You need time. You need to take, it's time out. You need to take time off, because you're going to burn yourself out. And it's not healthy. And that's what happened. I'm sorry to say this, Kim. That's what happened in Manhattan. I can't lie to my accountant or my attorneys that handled my cases. I can't lie to them. I can't live in a lie. And I don't want to discuss about Kendall, because there's things that she went through that's, for the public, it would bother a lot of people. It would bother her. And this goes with the same thing with Khloe and Kourtney. It would bother people. And you don't understand what pain and suffering they went through. And Kim, I'm sorry to say this, you have to back off of some of your own, not just your sisters, you have to back off some of these people, because you it's not right. That's all I'm saying. It's just not right. And I don't want to, you're crying and you're angry. And that's what happened. That's what I'm going to try and explain this with this book. What do women want with Dan Greenberg? That's the problem that happened in the past between two sides, between what you call the angelic order, between Archangel Michael's relatives and Archangel's Samael's relatives, and they clashed. But that's not, ladies and gentlemen, that's not the only people. There were things in the past prior to that, during Yahweh's time, which he was known as Joseph. There was things that happened in the past that has to do with things with the calendars and days and things like that. That I had to explain to not just to the scientific community. I had to explain. I had to do things related to lecturing and things to that nature. And you need to forgive. And you need to pray for lost souls, because there's lost souls out there, Kim. You can't be in war mode all the time. That's the thing with post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. That's something I'm going to admit. I have something like that, because it's not that I have it, it's what happened with me with my career. And that's what my primary care doctor and some of my doctors said. I can be honest with that. So I hope I answered your question in this matter. This is it, Kim. I can't. Please I'm telling you, take time off. You need to turn your brain off and reset. It's time out time for you. Your birthday's coming around the corner. It's time out time. And it's important, Kim, to spend time with your relatives and show respect. I know you can do that. So thank you guys. Have a pleasant and wonderful day.